Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a little mini episode here on the CloverCraft SMP. Today, we are starting things out here in the lovely greenhouse that we have constructed in the previous episode. And as far as getting an interior started, I figured I would work on the little aquarium that's going to go right behind this glass. And I've got a few bits of interior decoration blocks prepared. I need to get a few more, so let me work on that, and then I'll cut back to whenever that is all done and ready. One of the things that I will be needing to bring the aquarium to life is, fish. So, good thing not too far away from our base, actually near Highverse's base, there is a good coral reef where I can grab lots of different kinds of tropical fish, or at least that's the hope. I think this is where they spawn. Gotta do a bit of swimming around and see if my hypothesis is correct. And look, here's our first little friend joining us in the aquarium. If maybe not, okay? I think I have to actually be holding a bucket full of water. Let's see. There we go. That's how you do it. I've played this game before. I swear, I know what I'm doing. I have, however, realized that I can't put the fish in a dry aquarium, so I've made a temporary infinite water source. I'm gonna be filling this this thing to the brim with water so that our little fish friends can actually have somewhere to swim around. Okay, so I was about to do the painful task of going back and forth between two water buckets when I realized I could just gather a bunch of ice if I wanted to fill the aquarium up to the brim with water, because I think that's pretty much the easiest way to do it, to gather a bunch of water at one time and put it and move it to a different place. So I've got me my Silk Touch pickaxe, and I've got and I've got an empty shulker box. And this ice river is going to be depleted of some of its ice. Good thing it's like a couple thousand blocks away from spawn and everything, so this area here is perfect for mining and stuff. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing now. Alright, all the ice has been filled in, and now I'm just kind of clearing out all the ice that I just put in because it's got to be turned into water, and this is going to be a lengthy process because I don't have aqua affinity or anything like that. I probably should have gotten that before I took on this task, because clearing out anything underwater just takes so long. But it's what I've got to do for this episode, so I gotta endure it until it's done. Well, I just found out that I can semi-insta-mine while underwater, so aqua affinity is not even needed at all, which is good. I do have to remember to breathe every so often, though. I really need some sort of respirator. I need the two water-based enchantments on the helmet for this, and I don't even have them. I'm doing this the hard way. Why am I doing this the hard way? Another thing that I gotta do is make sure that I'm breaking ice and not glass, because that wouldn't really be good. Because if I break glass, then it's just gonna get water all over the place on the floor, and while it is kind of manageable, I prefer it not to happen. Oh. Alright, it didn't take too long, but all the ice has been converted into water. As you can see, I am slowly descending into the bottom of the tank that has to be filled with all the life and the fish and everything that makes this thing from just an empty bowl of water to an actual aquarium here in the greenhouse. So let's get on to that step, filling it with all the life and stuff that I mentioned. Let's go. All right, I've been building a little bit of the decoration inside here, and I think it's been going pretty well. I've got like this little rock formation into like a little cave, and then another rock forming over here, and then the fish can kind of swim in here, and then you can also view them while they're inside the rock formation. I'm going to be sprinkling some more grass, kelp, more pretty stuff, more coral, and maybe a few more details along the sides of the rocks. But as far as aquarium decoration goes, I think this is looking pretty good. Especially whenever we actually get some fish in here, and the whole thing just comes to life. And, you know, starts actually acting as an aquarium instead of just a pool with grass. Alright, as far as structure, well, as far as structure in the aquarium goes, I think this is pretty good, especially whenever some of this kelp gets a little bit taller. And actually, I might add a few more here so we can reach the heights of there, because these under here, that's about as tall as they're going to get, and the tallest ones are going to be these three, and, well, actually, that's going to end there. But, yeah, these little fake rocks that aquariums normally have, they got like little pathways that the fish can swim through. They got the little cave that goes nowhere down here, and then another little entrance that I did earlier, where they can be viewed at from this little window. With that being said, there's currently no residents in the aquarium, and that's where this final step to the actual aquarium itself will come into play. Let's get some little fish friends. I've got a good handful of fish already in the system, and just that small little handful, it has brought so much life into the aquarium. I'm gonna get a few more like handfuls. I don't know how many I'm gonna put in here until I'm satisfied with the result, but I have to repair my elytra. Whoa. I was holding down the E key. Anyway, I had to repair my elytra because I've been flying back and forth from here and to the ocean and back. So let me do that real quick, and then I can add a few more friends to this aquarium, and then I'll call it a day for this episode. This little happy little mini episode, we could call it. I don't know if this will be the only one, but it's at least the first one. And if this little first mini episode goes well, then I'll probably make more in the future, just to fill in the dead space between the actual episodes. Much better. Okay, now back to the fish. Whoa, Dolphin's Grace is so fast. Let's get a pufferfish, why not? Oh, don't do that. They're starting to rebel. More! These guys are cool. I want them. I probably could have done with more than 4 buckets at a time, but here we are. I think that will be a decent amount of fish. I mean, look, it's already got lots of life, and these guys are kind of still puddling around at the top because they're the newest addition to the aquarium. But the ones that have been here a while, look, you can see that they're having a blast in this little fish club over here. Maybe it's either that or that they can't figure out how to get out. But yeah, look, they're entering the little viewing area here. That's working as intended. And none of them have gone into the little cave here. They might be afraid of the dark. I would be too. There's a few. Actually, there's a lot in here. Wow. The pufferfish is making his way around. I think there's like maybe 2 or 3 pufferfish. Yeah, there's one over there, and one more somewhere. I think that's the same one from earlier. But as far as the aquarium goes, and that's it. I just gotta seal up, what was it, 5 blocks of glass. I just gotta seal up the top, but yeah, this has been fun, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, well, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing, all that. And if you really did enjoy today's mini episode, you, my friend, are incredible. And I'll see you in the next one. Good. Bye. Huh. When did that cemetery get down there?